Aw shit. Aku no Hana? I never thought I'd see the day. Hi, my name is Dante, and modern anime is trash. Now, hold the pitchforks, put down your torches. There are some exceptions to what I just said, but ultimately, you, me, and everyone else in the room with working eyes and ears knows that modern anime as we know it sucks ass. If you think I'm wrong, go look at literally any decent anime community and observe that every modern anime fan there loves sucking Lane's cock and worshipping Cowboy Bebop. And then take a look at your nearest garbage bin community and observe that it's a Demon Slayer circle jerk with some Chainsaw Man foot fetishes who haven't even touched the manga. But then again, what do I know? I'm totally not a zoomer who grew up watching some of the best animes ever made as they came out in real time. It's because of this background that I am incredibly jaded, at least a lot more so than the average person who's into this sort of thing. It's difficult for me to get into any anime at all these days because if something doesn't get me reeled in within a few minutes, it might as well be dead to me. So imagine my delight when an anime I had never seen before was displayed in front of me and got me hooked instantly. Aku no Hana is this anime, and goddamn do I love it so. Unfortunately, the rest of the world doesn't seem to love it so much, so I figured I should make a video on it even though my subscriber count is small and constantly dwindling, like a flame in the cold dark night. Anyways, this is Aku no Hana. You see it? Doesn't it look beautiful? In case you haven't noticed, this anime is different. Very, very different. According to Wikipedia, it's the first anime to use rotoscoping exclusively, which is why it looks a lot crunchier than anything you've probably seen before. This might scare some people away, but first appearances are not everything in Aku no Hana, and personally, I like it a lot. I'm pointing this out first simply because there's a pretty sizable amount of people who avoid this anime entirely after seeing the art direction, which I mean is kinda stupid. Just grow up and embrace it, since there's a lot more going on beneath the surface here. You might ask, what's going on beneath the surface for Aku no Hana? So here's a quick summary to try and get you reeled in. Takao is your average high school anime protagonist in a small town, complete with the anime hairdo and the penchant for reading Charles Baudelaire's poetry collection titled The Flowers of Evil, or Aku no Hana for people who missed the reference. One day, he does what every totally normal high school boy dreams of and steals used gym clothes belonging to his cute classmate Nanako. Unfortunately for him, his crime is noticed by Nakamura, the class loner who everyone seems to look down upon because of her antisocial tendencies and different appearance. Hilarity ensues, and a unique anime experience is drawn out over the course of 13 beautiful episodes that will grab the viewer's attention quite well with love, sorrow, and extreme anger. Based on that summary, you're probably now wondering how exactly Aku no Hana turns out to be different from the rest of the bullshit out there, but to be honest, I don't have the best writing skills to explain this without spoiling you. So here's 15 seconds of select clips that are sure to give you a feel for the anime. In case it isn't obvious from that short montage, this is a story that provokes the mind, but not in a philosophical way where you think about society deeply and try to fix it. It's more of a provoking that makes you look at yourself and the people around you while feeling slightly afraid. This fear comes from the anxiety-driven storyline and another peculiar aspect of the anime that is difficult to explain, but I'll try to explain it anyways. Aku no Hana is strangely human and sentient in comparison to everything else I've interacted with, which is no doubt helped by the animation, which really drives home the emotions that are displayed in every episode within every frame, which are further driven home by the wonderful real-life actors they use for the animation. Sometimes the animators don't do much, but sometimes they do so much that you really do feel like you aren't watching an anime at all. If anything, it feels like a movie you'd go to see in a theater. A really long, engaging movie. Going back to emotion, fear is a very prominent feeling throughout Aku no Hana, but happiness and anger are also present. While normally I enjoy stories where protagonists are filled with rage that is unmatched by their peers, it was a nice change of pace to absorb a story where the man we're supposed to be rooting for is a total bitch. It's because of all this emotion that Aku no Hana feels like a living thing. Perhaps a blooming flower. A flower of evil, so to speak. The life that this anime possesses makes you feel something that all similar works should strive towards while you consume them. Immersion. Put yourself in the places of the protagonists, try to understand them, compare them to yourself and the people close to you, and come out with a new outlook and drive towards your past, current, and future actions. Are you truly terrible? Is everyone around you truly a terrible person? Are you even the person you say you are in this truly terrible world, and do you have to deal with all of this thinking alone? Aku no Hana excels at making you think while feeling scared, and it's not meant to be consumed if you plan on turning your brain off while you watch it. It's very relatable, and it is no surprise to me that Aku no Hana as a whole is frequently put in the same grouping as things like Goodnight Poon and Homunculus, which are mangas that all edgy folk like to relate to these days. All of this is why I was so engaged with the damn thing when I watched it. I mean, it's difficult for me to sit down for a single episode of anything, but Aku no Hana got me hooked and reeled me in perfectly by making me feel something when other shit makes me feel nothing. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention another great thing. the fucking music. Oh my god, the unique openings in the original soundtrack for Aku no Hana is absolutely stellar. Each opening is sung by some boss-ass people and really knocks it out of the fucking park before you engage in another episode, and the soundtrack always manages to convey whatever the creators wanted to convey in each scene. It's beautiful, and there's an iconic scene that benefits well from the music in the show. Anyways, you're probably thinking to yourself while watching this video, what the hell did this idiot just babble on about? What I'm saying is that Aku no Hana is good and you should watch it if you're into shit that makes you think about your life, even if the thinking is going to be tough on you. But I should probably mention something important before you go in. Aku no Hana has one season, and that one season does not cover the whole story. The anime was a commercial failure, so they never got a chance to make a second season to cover the rest of Aku no Hana, which was originally a manga. So, if you think you'll be able to get the entire experience without reading anything else besides subtitles, you will be quite sore in the ass. Basically, watch the anime and then read the manga if you want. You're probably asking yourself why I didn't review the manga and I picked the anime instead. Well, the truth is that the manga is a bit of a different experience, and while it is still good and beautiful in its own way, there are ultimately elements to it that turn away the average reader in comparison to the anime. I will warn you in advance though, the story heats up a lot in the manga, so make sure to strap in before you crack the books open. Anyways, Aku no Hana is a unique story with something for people who have survived or are surviving the hell that is modern adolescence. The backgrounds, expression, music, phenomenal acting, and emerging capability of this masterpiece is just not something anyone should ignore. It's a work that comes to life in ways other works could only ever dream of, and I'll certainly never forget watching and enjoying it for a long while. Go on and watch it right fucking now, either by yourself or with your lover or all your friends, and be sure to support the official releases of the anime and the manga. This is probably my weakest review ever, but I promise the quality of my content will improve in the coming year as I figure out a proper schedule for this shit and discover more and more stuff to review. 2021 was not an easy year, but 2022 has a chance to be good, so let's see what happens. Anyways, this is Dante Baudelaire signing off and wishing you a great Christmas. See you next time when I make a better video than this. Hopefully.
Опусти, пусть он посидит, как он сейчас сядет, завалится, посади его.
Пост, видишь, тебя подобрал?
Ну, поставь его.